Buen Camino. It's another day. What is today? Tuesday? So, heading to Sahagun. Should be a 14 or 15 mile day, I think. Perfect conditions. Overcast, cool. It's only supposed to get up to, what did I see, 67 today. It's supposed to rain this evening, starting around 6. So you never know, man. It could start dumping because it is overcast. But it's not windy like yesterday. And I'm headed out of town. Looks like we're following the highway for a while. I'll be surprised if we don't get a little rain. So, headed to Sahagun, 23 kilometers. 20 kilometers is 12.3 miles. So, 14 miles probably. Okay, here we go. Walking along the highway. Yeah, Pa's afraid of this. Rain. Not like too bad at the moment. That's why I'm filming. But it was dumping there a few minutes ago. But I was struggling to put my poncho on. And the guy I sat across from dinner last night, the French guy, stopped and helped pull it over my pack. So that was nice of him. Pretty ominous over there. Yeah, it's gonna keep it up for a while, I think. Beautiful, no? Look at that, man. Nobody. I just came from Ladigos, right there. And I have this great app that shows the Camino. And it shows all these different little alternate routes. So, where I'm headed today, Sahagun, right now, I'd be following the freeway. It goes right along the side of the highway for what looks like miles until it gets into Sahagun. It probably branches off and whatnot, but a lot of it's by the highway. Well, my app showed me this one, and it's just out in the countryside, and it joins the normal Camino, I think in Sahagun, or maybe before. And it's shorter. It's obviously, looking at the map, it's like shorter. So off I go. I'm the only one out here. I love this. The rain has stopped. I don't think it's gonna rain anymore. So as soon as my poncho gets dry, then I'm gonna switch over to that. I'm gonna take it off, put it away. It's quite the fashion statement.
Sunday morning, that's when we get out.
It's beautiful. And the first time I ever went, and I've only been a couple times, was in 1980. And I went to Montmartre, and the artist, and it was beautiful. I went 2 years ago, and they weren't there, and now it's a cafe. And,
yeah. Do you know France is welcoming 100 million tourists a year? Destination number 1 in the world.
That's amazing.
And it's
good and bad.
It's good and bad, exactly. It's and like in Europe, what's happening right now?
Barcelona, where they're charging a tax, so that tourism.
Barcelona,
Venice.
Amsterdam, London, and Paris.
Yes.
Oh,
Venice is doing a tax too.
Venice
Yeah,
needs to.
Venice.
Venice needs
Venice
to.
is sinking
It
Yeah.
is, and it needs
It's
to.
sinking.
I know.
because of
And it's those cruise, I think the cruise ships, huh?
yeah, the cruise ship.
For
And,
Barcelona and Venice. Oh
yeah.
gosh.
but
En même temps, la terre appartient.
yeah, and that's what Valerie says, and I agree with her. It belongs to everyone, you know. So if people, we shouldn't condemn or we shouldn't try to maybe regulate. But Paris belongs to everyone, you know.
I think those coastal cities, like maybe not Barcelona because it's safe, but like Venice, they need the money to improve. Because and then those cruise ships, they're so big, they're massive, and they're rushing the water. I understand Venice charging. I do. I
Yeah.
mean, because
But see, if you're charging, that means your average Italian,
oh, true. You're right.
Yes.
your average
No,
guy
you're
from
right.
I don't
You're
know,
right.
the poor region, he
They're
won't
not
be able.
charging them.
No,
that's right.
You're right.
They're not charging them.
Well,
No, but what he's saying is the prices go up.
all right. First vineyard I've seen in a while. A week or 10 days or more. That's cool. Ah, that was a nice little breakfast break back there. And that little conversation I recorded, that happens every day. That happens 2 or 3 times a day. You know, I don't know anybody out here. Handful of people now. But you stop. Like I was walking in with the 2 women in the picture that I took a picture of before the conversation. And they're from the United States. And we walked in, found this, it was 10 o'clock, 10:30 or whatever it was, and found that little albergue cafe. So we stopped, sat down with this French couple who now live in Paris, and just had this great conversation with them. I love that. They're such nice people. Feels so good to get out of my hiking shoes and into my sandals. It smells so good in here. Wow, just beautiful. This old Roman bridge. church. Kind of wonder if these old little chapels were like the way markers for the Camino from 1,000 years ago. Wow, this place is ancient. Cute. Just above the front door. Sahagun, one night. Well, made it to Sahagun from Calzadilla de la Cueza. Great walk today, 14 plus miles, but it was just really nice, pleasant. Rained this morning, had to get the poncho out. And then it just slowly tapered off, and it turned out to be a beautiful day to walk. Cloudy, cool. So anyway, I am gonna keep my feet up for 20 minutes, stretch a little, take a shower. At 4:30, walk 10 minutes to the Santuario de la Virgin something or other, where I can get my certificate for walking halfway on the Camino, which isn't really right because the certificate is from Roncesvalles to Santiago. I started in Saint Jean Pied de Port a couple days before that. So I've already been halfway. I'm past halfway. But hey, I'll take what I can get. Okay, guys, I'm ready for bed. So I got my halfway certificate today in Sahagun at the Santuario de la Virgin Peregrina. And what that means is I'm halfway from Roncesvalles to Santiago. And it's written in Latin. I don't understand a word. It could be a bunch of crap. But, no, I'm just kidding. But I actually started a couple days before Roncesvalles in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. So I am well past halfway. But I don't know, thought it'd be fun. It's like, I've earned it, I'll take what I can get, if you know what I mean. Okay, so tomorrow I have a long walk, like 31 kilometers to Religios, passing through small towns and stuff. Like today, it should be pretty flat, pretty basic, like kind of today. But the next day is on to Leon and the Gaudi house. So from there on, I'm pretty excited. Oh man, the last stretch has been a little bit tough, long and flat, you know, but it's also been absolutely beautiful. You know, the Meseta, I thought the Meseta was going to be, you know, like dry and hot. Some of the stuff I've seen on YouTube, although I think those were probably filmed in the fall after the heat of the summer. And they've had a lot of really good rain this last year here. And everything's just bright green and abundant and beautiful. So it's a little different than I expected, which is great. You know, that's what I want. But anyway, day after tomorrow I'll be in Leon, and by Astorga I'll be out of the Meseta, and then it's up the mountains to the Cruz de Faro and O Cibrero, which now puts us into where? Kind of spacing. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'm kind of done for the night. I will see you guys in the morning. And about 7 a.m. I'll probably leave. Got to do about 30 or 31 kilometers tomorrow. So it's going to be a long day, but it's amazing